What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with a little bit more of the Destiny 2 free-to-play account, and this is our third day on this new account we made to try to check out the free-to-play experience with Destiny 2. I think we're about 10 hours into the game, and we actually made some pretty good progress today, just working through our initial quests that we got, just starting out. Went through and did some stuff for Zavala. We did a little bit of Crucible today to work on some stuff for Lord Shaxx. And just overall made some pretty solid progress. We are getting actually a lot further in than I thought we would at this point, being this early in the game. There's a lot of the game that we can't really experience or play due to being free to play, which kind of sucks, but that's just how they have it set up. They want to give you a little taste of the game to see if they can get you to spend your money on it. But so far what I'm kind of seeing is we have very limited access to anything involving the season or the stories going on, the raids, the dungeons, things like that. But we're able to do most of the core playlists like Crucible, run some strikes, Dares of Eternity, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later on when we look at how our Guardian is progressing. Because I actually found that to be one of the most effective ways to just get a bunch of gear and a bunch of legendary shards as we get ready for Xur coming in this weekend, hopefully to get some better armor that we can get to start working on some builds with our character. That's been the main thing so far, is just a lack of decent armor pieces that we want to start investing in, a lack of materials such as enhancement prisms that are going to be a little bit of an issue. Until we can start running some Nightfall strikes. We got to work on our builds though before we can get there. Get our weapons loaded out a little bit more, and also hope that it's a Nightfall during the week that we actually will be able to play as a free-to-play player, because I think it's a Forsaken one this week, and so we can't get on there and actually do anything with that there. But that's going to be a good source for a lot of our materials we'll need to build out our armor. And other things within the game. We did manage to get crafting unlocked today, which is pretty cool. I thought maybe that was something they restricted only to the paid version of the game, but we can do it. It's just basically some like real basic guns that you can do, but some of them are pretty good, like the Taipan and the Amit that you're seeing us use here in Dares of Eternity. So we're going to try to get some of these leveled up. I'm still looking for an incandescent weapon for PvE to put with the solar build we're working on, so hopefully we'll get one of those soon. But let's go ahead and just jump right in. We're going to take a look at our Guardian today, talk a little bit more in depth about the progress we made, and see how things are going. Alright, so here we go. End of day 3 on the new Destiny 2 free-to-play account. And as you can see, as I mentioned before, we did make a ton of progress today. We got to 1762, and I've got a ton of engrams to go open here in just a minute. But what I want to talk about real quick is that running Dares of Eternity, I just farmed that pretty much all evening, and that seemed to be the way to go. We were getting a ton of engrams, a ton of weapons. We got a bunch of deep sight weapons. As I mentioned, we did unlock crafting, so we've been able to make a few guns. We got the Amit, we've got a rocket launcher, and we've got a pulse rifle and a shotgun, so able to do some of that. You also notice we do have Forerunner sidearm, which even though the anniversary pack, you have to buy it if you want to get the Gjallarhorn and some other stuff. You can still get the Forerunner if you're a free-to-play player, and it's a pretty easy quest to do. You just have to get a couple ranks up with Xur when you're doing Dares of Eternity, and then eventually you'll get the key, and then you'll get the quest to do some Star Horse bounties. And honestly, I got this done in like 4 runs of Dares of Eternity. There was a bounty to kill stuff with Trace Rifle, with a shotgun, and an auto rifle. So pretty easy quest to get one of the better weapons in this game. And of course, if you guys don't know, this is the Magnum from Halo, back in the days when Bungie was working on Halo. So pretty cool that we were able to get this. We could eventually go for the Catalyst. You get the quest from Xur once you get him ranked up high enough, but this is a great weapon, and to have this early in a free-to-play account is pretty cool. This is really solid in PvP and also a great weapon in PvE. So kind of nice that we got this. It'll be fun to use that, and as a big fan, I grew up playing Halo. It's just kind of fun to have that weapon in the game. I was trying to get one of the BXRs to drop, but I got quite a few of them, but nothing with incandescent. I'm looking for an incandescent weapon for PvE. Haven't been able to get one of those just yet. Got quite a few crafting patterns. I think we got 3 of the Wastelander shotguns, so we almost have that fully unlocked. Got a couple of the swords. So, yeah, Dares of Eternity was absolutely huge for account progression today. And as I said, you know, we got a couple other things. We did get the Monte Carlo. You can actually get this for free doing the timeline quest. There's like 3 quests in it. It's pretty easy. By the time you get through the end of it, they do give you Monte Carlo. So we're starting to get a couple of exotics. We've still got our Risk Runner and our Tractor Cannon. And then tonight we will probably get a couple more, because this is the crazy thing too. We did some Crucible today as well. I went through and did a couple of those bounties, progressing one of the other quests that we have. And we got our exotic engrams from doing the weekly ritual playlist there. We got a couple prime engrams that did drop that are hopefully going to bring us up a little bit. But we got 4 exotic engrams, and 2 of these came from the little packages that Star Horse gave us. So we're going to wind up with 2 more exotics, hopefully, that aren't duplicates from that, which is going to be pretty cool. We'll pop those open here in a minute at the Cryptarch. But you can see here the other thing too, like I said, with Dares of Eternity, we were getting all those legendary drops, and I've been just basically, you know, sharding all of them to get legendary shards, because Xur is going to be here tomorrow, and I want to see if we can't get some armor with some decent stat rolls. I haven't really been leveling up my armor just yet, except for my Starfire protocol. We got that up to level 8 because we do need the enhancement prisms, which are kind of tough to come by in a great quantity at this point in the game, because we have to trade in our enhancement cores to get those. And we can't run the Nightfall this week because it is a Forsaken Nightfall, and we don't have Forsaken, obviously, since we're free to play. So that's where you do get kind of limited, I guess, with the game. But eventually we'll get enough enhancement cores to trade in. We got 6 right now. You can trade in 10 to get one of those enhancement prisms. So we'll eventually, hopefully, get some of those. Wanted to get my exotic built out first, but then hopefully Xur is going to have some good stat roll armor this week. We do have our resilience up to 92, just with what we've been able to do. And getting close to being able to hopefully get into the Nightfalls here pretty soon. I'm going to get my power level up a little bit more. But so far, we are doing pretty good. We got up to Guardian rank 6. We will not be able to do Guardian rank 7 just because the first 3 things you need for this are all the Lightfall campaign, which obviously you have to pay for. So our free-to-play Guardian will end up at rank 6. We can finish the rest of these pretty easily. But obviously we can't do the Lightfall stuff. So that's kind of unfortunate, with that there. But that's just one of the things we have to take a look at there. So let's go ahead and go over to Raoul. And, man, this is going to be like back in the day when people used to do those package openings with the Cryptarch. But nothing too crazy. Let's just hope we get some decent exotics out of this, weapons or armor. Let's see. Let me get some sun bracers maybe. Okay, sword. Don't really care about that. Boots. And a bond. Okay, so I was hoping to get some weapons there, but all right, let's see what we got here out of these exotics, if they give us anything decent. Okay, Crown of Tempest, that's a little unfortunate because we can get that for free from a quest we have for Ikora. Hopefully maybe it's a good stat roll. Okay, the Colony, that used to be a decent grenade launcher, but it might be something we can use now, but probably not anything we're going to be too worried about. Ooh, Suros. Okay, I'll take Suros. Great auto rifle. And what else do we got? Sanguine Alchemy. Okay, cool. So we got a couple weapons and some armor. Let's go take a look and see if anything. Okay, these boots are not an upgrade, so we're going to go ahead and just dismantle those. Ooh, 1757. So what I've been doing here is, instead of infusing this, I'm just going to swap it out at this point in the game. And then we can go ahead and drop that one out, and we will just upgrade this to rank 4 so we can throw our resilience mod in there, and we are good to go. So that's got a replacement piece there. Let's see how this roll. Okay, 69 is not bad. Resilience, recovery, intellect, strength. So this might be a decent exotic, but again, it's hard to have all the materials right now to fully level these up. But this might be something we will hang on to. 69 is a halfway decent roll for that, so we'll go ahead and lock that up. And then what did we get on the Crown of Tempest? 26 recovery is decent, 16 discipline, 14 intellect. So we'll see what there's a quest, like I said, we have with Ikora. When you get your subclasses, you can do get an exotic for your subclass. When you do the Arc one, you get the Crown of Tempest. So we'll see what that one drops from her. That's how we got our Starfire protocol, actually. And then there's one, I think, Controverse Hold you get from doing the one for Void. So we're going to have to do those eventually, and we'll get some more exotics there. Suros, always a pretty solid gun there. We also we have the Monte Carlo, so we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do here, we got too many weapons now. We're starting to get into that problem. But I like to run Monte Carlo, especially on my Solar Warlock, just because you get that melee back so quickly, and it helps you do a ton of damage. And let's see, we got 1755. I guess we'll hang on. I just keep on hang on to these for like bounties right now, so we can go ahead and get rid of this one, get some more legendary shards. And 1755. Okay, cool. So not bad. I mean, it's honestly a little surprising how much you can get fairly early on when you're doing the free-to-play account. So been pleasantly surprised with that so far. The only thing is, obviously, we don't have access to a lot of the story stuff that we can do, like a lot of the campaigns. We just aren't able to do that. And like what I noticed is, like here on the moon, we can actually go in here and do the first little bits of the Shadow Keep quest. I think what they do is they give you like 2 introductory quests to let you do those, and then it gives you the pop-up like, hey, do you want to buy the expansion? You can keep playing. So it's like a little bit of a teaser, but nothing really we have to be concerned with there. I think we've got some, we can still play a couple more weekly matches. We can get one more exotic basically from doing our weekly activities. I'm kind of glad this did finally pop up for me, because the other night these were not showing up. I think I had to finish my initial quest with Zavala to get those to finally pop up, but we can now do Gambit and Crucible and Vanguard now to get those weekly exotics, which is pretty cool. I still have not figured out how to do anything with the season. It doesn't even have the activity open for me yet, and every time I go to Riven it tells me I have to have the season pass fully purchased before I can do the bounties, and that was something I was not aware of. I didn't realize you had to actually buy the season pass to do the season activity. That doesn't sound right to me, so I'm going to try to see if I can figure out what's going on with that. Maybe there's something we didn't do correctly, and we have to go unlock that. But we're doing pretty good. Like I said, right now I'm just progressing through the quests and seeing how much play that's going to give us in the game. Free to play here. You can see we did some of our Crucible stuff here. We've even picked up some of these synthesis bounties from 801, so we can do some transmog later, and we're getting pretty close to finishing the Crucible one. But yeah, we got one here in Throne World. We got to beat bosses in Nightfalls, but like I said, we don't have Forsaken, so we can't do the Nightfall this week. We've got our Void and Arc exotic quests. We got a couple in the Dreaming City. We got to finish up our Riven's Wishes and then decide what we're going to get with those wish tokens. So overall, kind of fun. Like I said, I'm really enjoying this little kind of journey into the free-to-play so far. It's been pretty cool, and just nice to be able to get some cool stuff. But it looks like we're going to be kind of limited in what we can do once we get through with this, because it seems like most of the high-end in-game stuff is all kind of reliant on you unlocking or buying the DLC. Like I said, with the Nightfall, we can't do it this week, and I guess we're going to have to just be able to catch those when they're ones that are on the free track, so we can go ahead and get some better rewards from those and start building up some Ascendant Shards and some other things. Season Pass, I think we're up to level 26, and Season Pass is not too bad. I think as free tracks go on Season Pass, this is not really too bad. You at least get a bunch of stuff that you can use in the game. You get some weapons, you get some engrams, and you do get some Bright Dust out of here, which is not bad. We will get Dragon's Breath at level 35, which is a pretty good rocket launcher, so we'll have some fun with that. A couple more engrams. We do get some of these Deep Sight Harmonizers and an exotic Cipher, so they at least give you stuff that impacts the game a little bit, which is nice. I play a lot of Overwatch 2, and I can tell you the free-to-play quote-unquote battle pass they have in that game is complete garbage. They don't give you hardly anything that's any good, and I know a lot of games that have the the free section of the battle pass. It can be pretty crappy. So at least we got some decent stuff. But so far I'm having a good time with it. It's fun to just go through some of the early stuff in game and try to unlock some weapons. And I'm kind of excited we got Forerunner so early on. I think that's going to be pretty cool to use. But we'll check back in a day or two and see how the series is going. But as always, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.